Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet, and today I'm going to talk about pre-market stuff. So this is the day before my market. I have a market tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day, so it's a Sunday, 2019, and I've been getting ready for this market for weeks. I did a tagging video where I showed you guys how to make these tags right here. On your computer, I give you a free template to download, and I show you on the video exactly how to edit and everything. So I did all my tagging like last week, and I think that's the earliest I've ever had all my tagging done. I actually changed all of my prices, so I had to go back and re-tag all of my items, and based on the amount of tag packs I used, I tagged over 200 items in like one day. Except for, I would say 1.1 days, because I did find some stuff that I forgot I had that I didn't tag that day. But I could have gotten all done in one day had I remembered I had all that stuff. So I decided this time, instead of doing a vlog where I show you all of this before stuff, the at market stuff and setting up, and then like the aftermarket, I'm gonna break it up into 2, maybe 3 videos this time. Just because my videos are so long, and I know that not everyone has an hour to sit continuously and watch my videos or listen to my videos. So I had quite a few questions on Instagram. I put up a question, ask me anything kind of thing about markets, and a lot of people asked what to bring to markets. What do I bring to a market, especially spring markets? Because as crochet and knitwear sellers, we tend to make things like hats. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Okay. We tend to make things like hats, scarves, beanies, gloves, winter like headbands and stuff like that. And it's hard to transition from that into summer garments. I will say I am still bringing these beanies. These are called my bonfire beanies. And when people might say, why are you selling beanies in spring or summer? Because I still bring them to my summer markets if I do any. And the way I look at it is, I live on a lake, so you go on the lake, your hair is just a hot mess afterwards. Not that it's doing any better right now, this is yesterday's hair, but it's a hot mess, and then you want to go roast marshmallows with your friends and hang out by the fire. You know, if you're old enough to drink, have a beer and just relax and chill. But you don't want to go do your hair, you don't have time to do your hair, you're not somewhere where you're at home, you can just go grab your beanie, flip your hair out like that, and then you have a cute hat beanie that's not too warm, because these are Caron Simply Soft. They are double thick, but they are very breathable hats. If you wanted to pull them down and flip, so to pull them so they're tight on your head and flip it up, that makes them more of like a winter hat. It allows you to wear them during winter. But as a slouch hat in summer, they're the perfect thing to just hide a bad hair day, and they're still super cute. I always picture like a girl with messy hair, beanie on, her cutoff shorts, a tank top, and maybe a flannel tied around her waist, or if it's a little bit chillier at night, her wearing her flannel and it tied up. And I do hope to get some photographs of myself like wearing that this summer, so that I can put that in my frames, because I do bring pictures. I'll put a picture right here of like the pictures that I bring with me to markets, and I have them in frames, and I display them by the item that I have my model wearing. And I have some friends who took some pictures for me, and then I also have some pictures of myself wearing my items. But you can bring almost anything to a market, whether people think it's a traditionally winter or spring item, vice versa, as long as you can market it as something that they can wear outside of that season. The same goes with these headbands that I have. I will put a picture of me wearing these so you guys can kind of get an idea what they look like worn. But this is a spring color. These again are Caron Simply Soft, so they're super breathable, and they're just really cute. And right now in Michigan, it's April. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's snow out in our driveway there. Like, it's been snowing here, even though it's still April. So I can still get away with bringing my scarves and bun beanies and other stuff like that, because it's still cold out. It's 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty chilly. So people are going to be still willing to buy those winter items. but I don't bring just winter items, and I don't place my scarves are not going to be placed as prominently as my more summer items, or even like my bonfire beanies, since I can sales pitch this as a summer, spring, fall item as well as a winter item. These will have like a more prominent place than my scarves will. Another thing I'm bringing is my drifter vest. So this, oops, if you've seen my drifter vest, I'll share a picture right here of what I look like wearing one. But this is actually a children's size drifter vest. And I do not have any little children around that I can test this on. But based on the size charts that I read online, because this can stretch so wide, this could idealistically fit anywhere from a toddler as like a 3-year-old who wears it really long, like almost a floor length vest, to a 8-year-old, 9-year-old, who would be more of like a waist or like mid-thigh vest. And I made my armholes decently sized. I mean, I can get it all the way up my arm. And I do that on my adult size drifter vest. The armholes are like from here to here so that they'll fit anyone. So I'm going to market this just based on the size charts I have as a child size 3 to 10 years old. So I'm bringing these for the first time. We'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to try and do like a kids table. If you watch my market setup video, that's the market setup I did for this market. It will be changed up a little bit from that because I've had like moments of like, aha, I should do this or whatever. So I definitely suggest watching that video if you want to see like my thought process of how and why I set things where I was and everything else. But when I do my video for the market and I show you me setting up the market, I won't have time to explain everything as is. I might be able to do a voiceover later of it, but normally we have 3 hours to set up. But this time, because our last market was so busy, we had so many people come through, that customers actually said like there were way too many people there, like we need some kind of alternative. So they're doing a VIP shopping hour, and it's gonna be like people get to come an hour early. They pay $10 to get in though, and they get to shop our stuff an hour early. So the window I had last time, I had an hour more, and I was getting ready right up until that last minute, and I had an 8x8 space. But I think maybe it's because I wasn't really rushing in the beginning. I was kind of like taking my sweet time, and then got towards the end and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to put tags on this, and I forgot to change my letter signs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make sure like my letter signs have all the right prices on them, that they say all the things I want them to say. I'm gonna make sure that my stuff is packed in the truck in a way that is organized and makes sense for me to get it out. So like my backdrop is gonna be like the first thing I put up. Then my mirrors, rolling racks, I should say plural, and my crate wall in my table, because those are the foundation. So last time I put a lot of like the things that I would set on the tables, but the table's in the back of the truck. But I need the table to come out first because I can't set anything on the tables until the table's out. I will have my boyfriend with me, Trevor. He's amazing. Honestly, you guys, he's a superhero. He is gonna help me pack the truck today. He's actually going out with our friends for St. Patrick's Day, like downtown today, and I just want to make sure everything's good and set for my market. So I'm gonna pick them up later. But yeah, he's gonna wake up tomorrow with me and get everything in the truck, and he's gonna help get it all out and help me set it all up. He doesn't put any of my items out because I'm very particular about how I like them, and usually what he thinks is neat is not my definition of neat. So he usually just helps me set up the big stuff and then kind of just gives me some space and says, holler if you need me, and he'll go help some of our other friends that we've met and have at markets and help them get stuff out of their car if they need it. But yeah, long story short, we have a little bit less time, so I'm not gonna have time to explain all that, but I go through in that video and explain why I would place something up here versus down here, and why I organize things in a certain way. So if that's something you struggle with your setups, is, you know, how do I set this up, or why did she do this over that, I would definitely check out that video. But I'm doing, like I said, the child size, adult size, and I'm also bringing my summer tops. I talk about in my setup video about how my summer tops, it's like 30 different tops in 30 different colors and different sizes, and people are going to be more willing to look through my drifter vest, which are pretty much all the same design, for a color they want or a certain size that they want, more so than they're going to be willing to dig through 30 crop tops, because they're going to find a top that they like and then it's not going to be their size, or they're going to find the top that they like and it's not going to be in the color they want. I don't know if I'm going to have to find a better way to display my summer tops. I could not think of anything right now. I have considered like pinning them on my backdrop, like pinning them up like different ones so that people can see them without having to like dig through the rack and pull it out. If we have time, I might play with that a little bit at the market. But I think in future markets, if you're someone who, I already have a ton of crop tops, and the reason I have 50 crop tops and 50 different sizes, colors, etc. is because I design a lot of my top patterns. So, and they're free patterns on my blog. I'll put a few pictures up right here for you guys if you want to see what some of them look like on my blog. But in the design process, I might make a whole top and then it's way too big for me, so I can't photograph myself in it, but someone else might buy it and it might be their size, so I have to make a smaller size to fit me. So then that means I would sell the larger size, or if it's too small, I'll sell that one. And some of my tops I just find myself not wearing. Like, I make them and I love them, but I only go to I go to one concert in the summer. It's like a 3-day weekend concert thing, Faster Horses Music Festival. If you're in Michigan, you probably heard of it. But besides that, I don't go anywhere where crop tops are really that appropriate to wear. They're not something I can wear to work. I could wear them on weekends at the lake, but I'm always in my swimsuit. So I do wear them like over tops to go to the beach, or if I was going to like a fair in town or something, I'd wear them then. But I mean, I have 50 tops and maybe 10 days a year I can wear them and actually not feel weird about it. So that's why I just sell a lot of them. So I don't know if people are gonna look through them. So if you are someone who wants to sell crop tops and summer tops, if you like a lot of my tops that you're seeing pictured right here and you're like, that would be so cute, people would totally buy that, I would suggest making the same top in multiple sizes and sticking to maybe 3 colors, maybe 3 to 5 colors of the same top. So like my simple bandeau top that I'm gonna put right here, that pattern, I've been getting tagged left and right on Instagram for that pattern. It's been doing so good lately. It's a free pattern on my blog. I have the printable PDF if you wanted to purchase that. I think it's $3 on my Etsy. And then I also have a video tutorial for that one. So if you're someone who's basically just making washcloths, if you can make a straight cornered washcloth, then you can make this top. It's all pretty much single crochets, and I will show you all the steps to walk through it and how to do everything. So I would make like that in like 3 colors. You can pick a color palette. I would stick to more neutral tones. Neutrals sell so much better, not necessarily in tops, but in like headbands and hats and scarves, I've noticed, because people want it to match their coat, or they always want to make sure it's going to match their outfit. I might do like 2 neutrals and then a color. So maybe I do like white and like a black and then like a maroon, or white and tan, maroon, and like a light pink. But I mean, I would stick to like colors that you know are classic colors. They're always going to stay in style, so that if you, let's just say this lilac purple is trending right now, super trendy, whatever. Next year, lilac purple is out. It's last year's news. But you know what? A good cream color will never be out of style. Cream is always in, white is always in, black, gray, tan, always in. They never go out of style. So if it's something that you don't think you're going to sell this year, or I don't know, if you don't want to make a ton of colors, I would definitely stick to neutrals. But I think with summer tops, you can get away with a little bit more color than you probably could in the rest of your stock, but something to keep in mind. So if you're going to make them, I would just choose like 3 top designs, make 3 of those, make, you know, 2 to 3 in each color, and make them in 3 sizes at least, if not more than that, depending on what your market is like in your area. And then whatever you don't sell at your craft market, you guys, you can always put online. So don't think that if you don't sell all of your tops, you don't sell out of everything, that you're gonna be stuck with all this stuff. You can always sell it online. I know, like, my friends love getting this stuff as gifts. My grandma loves getting towel toppers, which is one of the things that I brought. I have a tutorial on towel toppers. I buy my towels the next season. Like I buy them after season. So all the spring towels I have right now, I bought last spring at the end of the season, and they were originally $10 towels, with them being marked down to 70% off clearance and using a 20% off your total purchase from Joann's. I got them for like $2.50. And they're beautiful, high quality towels. It's about 50 cents, maybe 75 cents max for the yarn on top of the towels, and then I sell them for $9 each. So, and they take like 15-20 minutes to do the tops on them. They're real quick projects and I really like them. So that's something that you can bring and that you can keep, and they'll still be good next year. I feel like I'm getting really off topic. I'm forgetting what I was telling you guys. Scrunchies. Scrunchies did so well for me. I have this scrunchie right here. These are a pattern by Molly of White Owl Crochet Co. Her pattern's super cute. I get a lot of questions on like what kind of hair ties. I just use regular hair ties. I bought these ones from the dollar store, so they don't have to be fancy. They're the same ones I wear on my wrist every day. You've probably seen them in my pictures because I would always forget to take them off. But they hold up really well. They hold my hair really tight. Like I've worn these to the gym and they've done really well, because people are probably gonna ask you like, do these really hold your hair? Do you have to use another hair tie? Nope, this is the only hair tie you need. These patterns, I sold so many scrunchies at my last market. I stuck with the velvet yarn. I made it. I only had like 4 colors last time, and I think this time I want to say I have like 7 to 8 colors, and I have a ton of them, because your scrunchies look better when there's a lot of them. So it might get to, hopefully it gets to a point where I sell out of scrunchies or a lot of them, and then I have to consolidate all of them from that I have sitting all around my booth into one area so that they don't look so lonely and sad. But I'm thinking scrunchies are still going to be a big seller this time, depending on the age range of my audience. I had a lot of girls around 8 to 10. I had a lot of girls in high school and a lot of college girls who came through and bought scrunchies from me last time. And the moms were not as sold, the grandmothers were not as sold, but the younger audience for scrunchies was sold big time, and they all bought 2 of them because I do them $6 each or 2 for $10. So they get $1 off each scrunchie, and these take me about 15 minutes to make, and I can make, I don't know, 10 to 20 scrunchies with 1 ball of yarn. And if these are $1 and it was 18, it's like 5 to 7 cents or something like that per hair tie. So the cost is very, very low for making these, and you can sell them and make, you know, $5 every time you sell one. So those are a great item to bring all year round. I might try and make some cotton ones for summer, so they're more summertime, whatever, but velvet's really trendy right now. So you can get away with doing the bulkier yarn, which means a quicker make on those. These are some of my signs that I have for this market. These frames are from IKEA. The pictures actually slide right down. It's kind of how those displays are in stores a lot of time. It's just 2 pieces of like plexiglass with that between. This one says, "That looks so good on you, treat yourself, you deserve it." And then this one's just like prices for my scrunchies. I've been thinking about making these into printables, either, you know, like cute little signs with sayings like this as printables, and then these ones be customizable to whatever. If that's something you're interested in, leave a comment below. It'd be something like the tagging video I did, where I showed you guys how to tag it, and then I showed you like I gave you a template and I showed you how to edit it all, and then how to print it all in the way that's like the best format to print it. It would be something like that for these as well, if you guys are interested, because I don't want to waste my time. It takes a lot of time to get those templates like up and perfect and make the videos and all that stuff. But if it's something you're interested in, I will definitely do it. So yeah, so basically, long story short, what do you bring to a spring market? You want to make sure the things that you're bringing are things that you like making or don't mind making. That is the most important thing. Scrunchies, love making. Towel toppers, not my favorite thing to make, but I don't mind them because they're pretty quick. You know, you get that. And people say, a lot of things someone asked me is they're afraid that they're going to run out or stuff like that. If you run out, that is an amazing problem to have. I have not seen anyone completely run out of stock at any market I've been to. Someone asked me, like, what do I bring? I bring everything. Not everything. Like, I have some Rover bags in there from If you guys have seen my rover bag pattern on Sorella, I guest posted on her blog. I was a guest designer, which is really awesome. But I still have all of the original rover bags, not all of them, I sold a couple, but I have some that when I was testing that pattern out and making them that are in my closet, but I still just have to attach the straps. And I always forget until like right now I'm thinking about it, and my market's tomorrow. I'm like, well, I could attach those straps, but I need to make sure that the truck gets packed and everything before I go on attaching the straps. But I bring literally everything. I still bring my winter stuff. I still bring summer stuff during winter time. My drifter vest, I market them in the summertime as like a swim cover up or a beach cover up. And then in the winter time, I have a mannequin. I think I'll have a picture. I can put that right here. And she has a dress on that's a long sleeve dress and knee-high boots, and then I would do the drifter vest over that and belted. So it's not really something to keep you warm, but it's more of like a decorative style piece to wear in the fall and winter. And so if you can, like I said, kind of advertise it as a universal piece and say, hey, this looks really good in fall, worn with a cute dress and boots, or jeans and a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt with boots, but it also looks great in summer over your swimsuit or at your next music festival over your cut-off shorts and your tied-up tank top. Those are the items that are the best to make because you can market them all year long. My headbands and bonfire beanies, I'm trying to find a way to market all year long. Scrunchies market all year long. Summer crop tops, unfortunately, only summertime items, and my thicker, fuzzier headbands are only wintertime items. So you are going to have some stuff, but I still bring my fuzzy headbands and I still bring my crop tops if I have room. I have a lot more winter stock than I do summer stock, as probably most crochet and knitters do. So don't feel like you have to bring everything all the time, but if you feel like you're gonna run out, bring everything. If you have room in your car to bring one more tub of stuff, even if it's out of season, that way, if by some crazy thing happens and you sell out of everything, you'll at least have something to go put on your tables or on your racks as well. And I know, like, I am blessed that my dad lets me borrow his truck, and he has a huge truck. It's 4 doors, and then he has a giant tall capper. It's like a grandpa capper on his truck, and we always make fun of him, but it's actually really nice to have that because I can stack things super high in that truck and not worry about them blowing out. And I realize that some people are going in cars and stuff like that. So if you can borrow a truck from your dad, your grandpa, your mom, your sister, your cousin, a friend, if someone else is willing, me and my boyfriend have had it where I had so much stuff one time that we each drove. He put stuff in his van and I put stuff in my dad's truck, and we both drove there and he helped me set up and tear down. So if you can get someone to drive a second vehicle for you, that even works too. I know that it's not easy for everyone, but just having that extra stock kept in the tub under your table behind your tablecloth will put you at ease if you're worried about running out. There's another girl who does these markets. I can't think of her name. I'll see if I can get a business card from her or something at this market and show you guys. But she just does a table display. Like I bought 2 booth spaces, so I'm doing like 16 by 8. So she's in an 8 by 8 and she does a table, 1 table long right in front of her, and she sits behind the table with extra stock and her craft stuff, and she just displays 1 layer of stuff. And I think she did really well at the last market. So you don't have to do big elaborate designs and have, like, I do it because that's the part I love about markets. My favorite thing in markets is the setup portion of it. So setting up my tent and my tent outside or my tables inside and doing all that stuff and making it look pretty is like what I live for in markets. I don't actually enjoy as much the sitting there and selling stuff or talking to customers. My boyfriend always says, like, he volunteers, like he'll stay there and do it, but I get a lot of people who just kind of like want to know about my process or have questions like that I'm not sure if he'd be able to answer. And I don't want him to be stuck there the whole time while I'm like walking around doing nothing. But yeah, I don't as much enjoy the actual market portion of it as I do the setup stuff. But if you are someone who enjoys the actual market stuff and does not enjoy the setup portion, someone requested that I do an 8 8-foot long table setup, because like this booth space is 8 foot long for most people who only bought one booth space, and they don't want to do a booth space that people walk into because it gets a little cramped when you do that. But if you do it where people stay on the outside, so I'm going to help you guys. If you're one of the people who just wants a table, I'm going to do a display for that, and I will show you guys. Hopefully I'll have that in the next couple weeks. Maybe that's something I can do with Ashley. I'll add that to my list. But yeah, you don't have to bring a ton of stuff. She doesn't bring as much stuff as I don't think she does. I can show you what I have. We'll show you. I have this whole tub, that tub, half this basket is full. This whole bag is just scrunchies, 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 headbands, drifter vest, and then I want to say that I have even more product downstairs in like our extra room, but I had to bring a lot of it up here because I had to get tags on it. But don't feel like you have to have so much stuff at your market or it's going to be end all be all. If you have one table full and then an extra tub below your thing, you can easily get away with one big tub or 2 small tubs of stuff. Easily. And then another thing people ask is like how much to bring, how little to bring. That also really depends on your market. So, I mean, my first market, I sold $60. I want to say it's like 3 items, if that, at the time. So I sold 3 items at that market. Did I need to bring the 4 tubs of stuff I brought? Well, probably not, because I only sold 3 of them. But I probably would have been questioning whether I could have sold more if I didn't bring that stuff. So I'm glad that I did. In my opinion, you can never bring too much, but bringing too little is not really a fear for me either. I don't really know how to explain it. You'll know if you go do a market. The best thing for markets is just go do them. Go sign up for one and wing it. If you don't feel comfortable, bring a buddy with you. Hopefully they can set up in your booth too. Find someone to share with, ask in your Facebook pages. Make sure that the people putting it on allow you to share booth space, because some marketplaces do not let vendors share. So if you are doing one of those markets, then you could do it where one person is the face business, I guess, and someone could still put their items there. Like, for example, if me and Katie, if we were at a market that only allowed one business per booth or whatever, we could have done it where Katie's business name was up, we signed up under Katie, but I had some of my stuff there, and then me and her just knew which stuff was hers and which stuff was mine, and we could split the money afterwards for whatever. So you can always do it that way, but it's not, your business is not getting advertised like you were hoping it would be if you do online sales or future markets. But, you know, you have to play pros and cons on that. But yeah, let me think here. Well, I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about right now that I can think of. I'm just going to, well, I guess I have another question for you guys. I have this list that I started making, and I make a checklist before every craft market I do. You guys can see it in my last vlog video where I go through and I make a list of all the stuff that I need to bring. And I've been thinking of making some kind of template that you guys can edit, whether that be on Microsoft Word or Excel or something like that, that is going to be a checklist where I put like, I'd put like outdoor market stuff, indoor market. I have like an indoor market checklist and outdoor market checklist, which are going to be very similar except for like a few things like your tents and stuff like that. And then I'd have a space where you could fill in your own stuff for the check mark list. Maybe I'd be something you could print out and then write on if you needed to add more stuff to your list. But things would be like your money, your Square checkout, credit card checkout, whatever kind of chip or whatever you use for that, your tables, rolling racks, stands, chairs, signage, extra letters for your signage, extra tags, business cards, stuff like that that you tend to forget in the spur of the moment. Because nothing's worse, like I got all the way to market and forgot tablecloths, and tablecloths are on my checklist. So if you guys are interested in me making some kind of printable with a checklist, I'm not going to make, like mine's super specific because I have certain prop items that I want to bring, but I can make them out and make them more of a basic setup, and then I can even put like a separate word bank or something that you can pull from of things that you might have and might want to bring that you can add to your list. If that's something you're interested in, let me know below. It's gonna take quite a bit of time for me to get it done, so I don't want to do it if you guys don't want it. So if you want it, definitely let me know below. But I'm about to go through and start pulling everything from my list out and put it in the hallway, and then my boyfriend will help me carry it downstairs. And I don't know if we're gonna put it in the truck this morning before he gets picked up by our friends, or if we're gonna do it tomorrow morning, since we don't have to be there until noon. It's about 50-minute drive, so we're gonna leave here around 11. So as long as he gets up 9:30, 10 o'clock and showers and all that stuff, it can only take a half an hour, 30 minutes to load the truck. So not too worried about that, but I will start getting this stuff around and maybe videotape when I get more stuff in the truck, why we put stuff where, and then you guys can look at my next video for the actual market stuff. So it's the day of the market, and me and Trevor are bringing everything downstairs. And by me and Trevor, I mean mostly Trevor is bringing everything downstairs. But I'm just going to show you guys what all that I have out that has to go in the truck. Trevor already put my checkout stand, most of my checkout stand, and my table, I think, in there. So I will show you. So basically all of that, those 2 tubs of product, my beanies, my mirror. This is just a clothing rack, I guess, that I have, that I hang just a door mirror on, because I do not have a standalone mirror currently. So that's just what I have. I have all my crates. That is my backdrop stand, my signs, just stuff for my checkout, my basket. This is 2 rolling racks, just that come apart in pieces. I think I got these from Walmart for like 10 bucks each. I have this that I got at a Yonkers closing sale. They're going out of business and their fixtures were like on sale, so I bought that. And then that's the bottom part of my white table. I have my mannequin, another type of product. Then I have this shoe rack right here. I got this from Myers on sale, and it was like 15 bucks. And then it's just that made out of wood. And I might paint like this part white per Trevor's suggestion, because he said it would look better. But this is just like the poster board stuff. And then I covered it with marble contact paper, just because I think I'm gonna display children's stuff on this, and they would just fall, like some of them might fall through, and I don't want that. That would just look silly. So it's not the best job. Like if you look closely, you can see let me see here, the edges of the stuff. And on this bottom one, I did a horrible job with all the bubbles, but from afar, it looks, I guess, pretty okay. And once I get product on it, I think it will look better. And then I just have like a bunch of hangers in there. And I really feel like I'm forgetting something. Like I really feel like I'm forgetting something. But I guess we will find out when it gets closer. I'm really excited for this market. But I think I'm gonna end this video here. Just remember, if you are interested in that checklist, and hang on a second. If you guys are interested in that checklist for the things that I bring to markets with me, and maybe something that you can edit or print out and write on and check off your markets, let me know that below. And then also, if you're interested in those signage, the pricing signs and the you look pretty signs, buy it kind of stuff. If that's something you're interested, leave a comment below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see my next video of the actual market and see the video of my recap of the market, of what sold well and what didn't, and all that stuff, definitely subscribe to my channel. But thanks for watching, guys.